Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So there's lots of royal stuff going on, isn't there, at the moment? We're seeing lots of activity from the real royals and, well, we don't still know what's in Harry yet, which is kind of funny. Where's Harry? Nobody cares. Oh yeah. Certainly not going to get the same pandemonium that we had over Where's Kate, but we know that that was mainly started due to bullying reasons. The word bullying, oh, that's come up in the news again, hasn't it? I believe that's because Meghan is messing with the algorithms, but I'll go more into that later in the video. So let's start off today's video, as promised at the back of the last video, with Prince William. The Prince of Wales attended a flag football event held at Kennington Park in South London yesterday and showed off his sporting skills, much to the delight of many, including the royal watchers. The handsome prince showing off his his white trainers as he ran around the pitch and was praised for having an incredible arm as he threw the ball. Come on, everybody knows that man is aging like a fine wine, but I will keep it to the sport of which he was playing. Several teams have gathered from Birmingham, Manchester and London for the NFL Foundation's event. Flag football is the non-contact version of American football, which is becoming increasingly popular in the UK as more schools take it on as a sport. As it's a non-contact sport, it allows children of all ages and abilities to take part. And the NFL Foundation UK, who is celebrating 3 years, is working hard to bring young people from lots of different communities with less privileged backgrounds together to take up the sport and to compete in events. Now, I'm in no doubt that this sport will continue to grow in popularity as well because it is one of the new sports chosen to make an appearance at the 2028 Los Angeles Olympic Games. For some reason, they've decided to get rid of breakdancing. Sorry, Australia, I can't think why. But moving away from the Olympics and sticking to the royals, let's talk again about Prince William. We're going to have a triple Prince William segment. On the 3rd of October, he visited Birtley Community Pool in Gateshead, where he met up with British Olympics and Paralympic stars to celebrate the centre reopening. Members of the public, through a series of crowdfunding events, the Royal Foundation made an undisclosed sum, and Sports England also got involved, and they managed to collectively raise $400,000 to save the pool after the local council closed it last year due to budget cuts. It's amazing what local councils can find money for and then what it can't. But they got lots of local tradespeople who volunteered their time and materials to get stuck in on making lots of repairs to the community pool. The Royal Foundation provided funding for refurbishments. They helped local primary schools and young people to make use of the facilities with a bursary to help subsidise the costs. They set up another bursary so local teenagers could train as lifeguards and use their contacts to help expand the centre's network, with Speedo and Swim England providing merchandise for the young people using the pool. In a speech, Prince William said, "We want to replicate this across the country because swimming is such an important part of the UK. It can save your life, it's a great skill, it's fun, and it gives you health. There are social reasons, and it's good for people who are isolated." All of these things are really important and why we need community swimming pools to remain and to come back to life again. The Prince met with lots of local people in the community outside the centre, and I have to say 3 little girls stole the show for me because of how adorable and cute they were when he started chatting to them. They really looked like they had stars in their eyes, which was really, really sweet, and who can blame them? I'm sure the majority of people probably have the same reaction when they see Prince William. On the 3rd engagement involving Prince William, he went to the seaside town of Southport and he was accompanied by the Princess of Wales. Dressed in beautiful autumnal colours, Catherine looked absolutely wonderful. It's so lovely to see her out and about again as she's gradually getting back to carrying out more duties after her cancer treatment has ended. The Prince and Princess of Wales were there to comfort the families of 3 young girls that were killed earlier this year, and the community is still trying to recover, but welcomed the visit from the royal couple who, like everyone, were absolutely horrified of what happened. They paid a visit to the three little girls' families. This was done completely privately. Whilst they were there, they did meet with emergency services from the air ambulance, the fire service, the police, and the normal ambulance services. The Royal Foundation gave a donation to help fast track mental health services being provided to all of the people that obviously attended the incident and then everything that happened afterwards. The community is obviously still absolutely horrified of what happened, as is the nation. So I think it's really lovely that Catherine, once she felt better as well, kept her promise and came to see them. And I can imagine it was a nice boost for all of those people that they met. Now, on some positive news and something that will hopefully cheer you up. Sorry, it is a very emotional story. I struggle myself even telling you. But Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, made lots of children and some adults extremely happy when on the 9th of October she made her debut on CBBC reading Rex with the Specs. Yes, the Duchess of Edinburgh took part in reading a bedtime story to mark World Sight Day, following in the footsteps of the then Duchess of Cambridge. Both Catherine and Sophie picked children's books that were perfect for a bit of bedtime reading. These were books that they had read to their children. They knew that children would enjoy them because at story time, when you're reading to children, it's meant to be about them. And there was a very big difference to when a certain other duchess decided to read a story to children. Now I'm going to play a clip here and see if you can spot one of the big differences.
Hello, I'm Sophie. Tonight, I'm reading the CBeebies bedtime story to celebrate World Sight Day.
Hello, my name is Catherine, and tonight we're in my bedtime story den. I've chosen a story which I remember reading as a little girl.
Hi, and welcome to Brightly Storytime. I'm Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, and today I'm going to read to you my book called The Bench.
Yes, not only did we have, hi, I'm Catherine, hello, I'm Sophie, we then got, hi, I'm Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. This is my book that I wrote for my husband, for the man and boy that make my heart go thump thump. Please buy my book. Meghan used an opportunity to read to children as a chance to promote herself and to remind everybody of her titles. It still makes me laugh that she had the audacity to turn around and say to feminist Gloria Steinem, I want women to be linked and not ranked. Just don't forget my titles. Ever. If there ever is an opportunity for self-promotion, you can guarantee that she will be there with bells on. So, as for Harry, who is still missing in action, no one quite knows where he is because he hasn't done a paparazzi car park stroll yet. I'm not even sure Meghan knows where he is, hence why we still have not had an exclusive as to what he's been up to. Well, Harry did make an appearance for World Mental Health Day. Naturally, of course, Harry had to make an appearance because he is now a guru, he is now an expert. He is here to save us all from our own mental darkness, one gloriously depressing, sad speech at a time. Yes, as if we didn't hear enough from Harry when he did his New York tour, and especially speaking at the Clinton Global Initiative about the dangers of social media, where young people are being force-fed content, mindless, endless, numbing scrolling. Mindless, endless, numbing. Well, that just sounds like another one of Harry's doomsday speeches, doesn't it? Well, Harry sat down for an exclusive chat with Jonathan Hadid, I think that's how you say that name, to moan about the dangers of smartphones and how they are stealing everybody's childhood and blah, 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 blah. Yes, you follow my drift. Now, some of you have said to me, if I'm showing a clip of Harry and Meghan talking, I'm meant to put in a warning. This is your warning. It's very, very short. The only reason why I'm making you suffer it is because you've got to hear it for yourself to see if you're hearing what I'm hearing.
This is one of the problems that I have. I mean, we're both dads. These apps have been specifically designed to hook and keep children online for as long as possible. Right. Mindless scrolling. And during that scrolling, they have content that is pushed to them, content that they wouldn't otherwise go looking for, to keep them online for longer.
One of the problems that I have, my children mindlessly scroll on social media being force-fed content. What is he on about? His children are 3 and 5 years old, a toddler and, well, preschooler or maybe at school at 5 years old. Why have they got social media accounts, Harry? They certainly shouldn't be sitting there mindlessly scrolling on the internet, and he's so concerned for them. It's called parental control. I mean, you don't just hand your child the tablet and the internet and go, toddle off then, do you? I mean, there's one thing plonking them down occasionally and sticking on their favourite cartoon, but what Harry's talking about, the subject matter, doesn't match the children's ages at all. No wonder there's so many conspiracy theories and stuff going out there about his children. But I think Meghan and Harry add fuel to the fire. They say the strangest things about those kids. And rather than protecting them, it's like they court controversy, don't they? They almost kind of cultivate it and then scream they want their children's lives to be forever protected whilst using other people's children to promote themselves. Now, of course, with Catherine making an appearance in Southport, this could obviously only mean one thing. Synchronise your watches, ladies and gentlemen, and without fail, within 48 hours, Meghan had made an appearance, still using other people's children to promote herself and to try and repair her very damaged image at the moment of being called a bully, a dictator in high heels, and a demon when it doesn't go her own way. She decided to tell a group full of tweens and teens that she's the most bullied woman in the world. Of course she did. Meghan paid a visit to Girls Inc. of Greater Santa Barbara with a personal photographer and a film crew. The organisation reportedly runs programmes to empower underprivileged young girls and to help them to prepare for independent life with social and educational support. Meghan, who has used other people, predominantly men, her entire life to get to every stage of her life, is possibly not the best role model. So Meghan is talking to these young girls about obviously the trappings of social media, and it was all to do with how do they cope with it. So Meghan, as a grown-up, goes in there and tells them how she was the most bullied woman in the world, and it was specifically when she was pregnant with her 2 children. Meghan does this as extra manipulation. Being a pregnant woman is obviously one of the most vulnerable times, if not the most, of a woman's life. Meghan does it for media coverage. She does it so it ensures that the media are not going to talk about Girls Inc. They're going to talk about Meghan said she was the most bullied woman in the world when she was pregnant. It goes back to the royal family. It kicks up all of that stuff again. If anything, if any member of that royal family is the most bullied woman in the world, I would say after what I've seen with my own eyes over the past year, it's certainly the Princess of Wales. From the moment she started dating Prince William, absurd amounts of things, cruel, nasty, vile things written about her. Meghan has had very little in comparison. Now, I'm not saying that people haven't been unkind to Meghan. Some people have. But the majority of stuff that Meghan is talking about is criticism. She chooses to put herself out there publicly. She chooses to lie publicly. She chooses to treat people appallingly. I'm sorry, you can't turn around and treat people like crap your entire life and then get upset when people say not nice things about you. Meghan completely trashed the royal family publicly for money, then got called out on so many of them being lies. She got found out from one interview to the next. Her own mouth ran her into trouble. Her emails got her into trouble. She lied to courts. She lied about being involved with Finding Freedom. She lied about so much stuff. So people naturally struggle to believe anything that she says. She says that's bullying. That's not bullying, that's people criticising your terrible behaviour. Meghan bullied people in the UK and now the USA. But this is what she's doing that I mentioned in the beginning of the video. This is about altering the algorithms. By Meghan going to this event and saying she's the most bullied woman in the world, where we've had the Hollywood Reporter calling her a dictator in high heels, reduces grown men to tears, and she terrifies her staff. Then you had the Daily Beast that said that she's a demon as well, taking it that little step further. These all have spoken to former members and one current member of staff that reportedly signed affidavits. So if Meghan did decide to sue, I think we all know she's not going to for obvious reasons, they would stand up in court and say, yes, we did say this. But where Meghan has now done this, if you put Meghan Markle into Google and bullying, it comes up with Meghan Markle tells young girls she's the most bullied woman in the world. And it's away from the Hollywood Reporter. So it's Meghan talking about being bullied rather than being the bully. She did the exact same thing at Uvalde. Everybody was disgusted that she had gone there with an entourage with 3 photographers, that she'd slowly walk round to make sure that every single news outlet that was there captured her private moments. But if you go to Google now and you type Uvalde, you'll see a lot of photographs because Harry and Meghan decided to make a trip there to go visit a young man whose mother was a teacher that was killed there. They decided to wish him happy birthday, naturally captured on film and on camera. So Meghan was messing with the algorithm. So if you type in Meghan Markle Uvalde, you see these pictures instead of these pictures. This is exactly what I think she's doing with the bullying. Meghan, as we know, is on the charm offensive because that Hollywood Reporter and the Daily Beast was so damaging to her. She is quickly trying to repair her image and she is using children. She's trying to pretend that she's the people's princess. She's so kind and she's so sweet. But the problem is we can see through it all. It's too staged managed. It doesn't look real. I mean, in this one interaction, this little girl is drawing a little cat for Meghan. What's Meghan doing? Well, Meghan is doing her ridiculous affirmations. You are kind, you are special, you are loved. Do you remember the last time we saw these? They were being written on bananas for sex workers. And because a Sharpie pen written on a banana damages the banana underneath, they couldn't then, the charity, even give those bananas out to those sex workers, which I can imagine was possibly a good thing anyway, because if that's the sort of profession you're in, where you are struggling to just get through life every single day and you've got a charity giving you food, the last thing you want to do is pull out a phallic-shaped fruit that says, you are loved, you are special. Oh yeah, I'm sure that would have given them the boost they needed that day to power on through, Meghan. She's unbelievable, but it shows she's a one-trick pony. Any other normal adult interacting with children that was actually there to be spending time with the kids, if you've got crayons and colouring books and things like that, and they're sitting there and that little girl, she's drawing a cat, you would do the same thing. You join in with that child. Meghan is sitting there writing her silly little feminist affirmations. Not only is she writing them out, which I'm sure she bored the children to death with later on, she's doing it in that really pompous cursive writing that she likes to pass off as calligraphy, which I'm sure most of the children that age would struggle to read. Meghan is not interacting with that child. She's doing her own thing because she is there for selfish reasons. That child and all those other children are there as props. Meghan has yet again used underprivileged girls to promote herself, to show that she's a kind and caring person. And the truth is, I believe, written in the pages of the Daily Beast, the Hollywood Reporter, Tom Bower's book, Valentine Lowe's book, and everywhere else that we have had reports come out of her true nature, and she hasn't sued any of them. As I said, this is all done to just try and trick the algorithm so people will just put in the bullying and Meghan Markle and they will see the same old sob stories, the same old narratives. And I'm sure that Meghan is also getting ready to get to do the royal bashing book. So of course she's still trying to drop little bombs in there. We saw it on CBS. She's slowly but surely reminding people that she was bullied, that she was attacked, and the worst moments of her life was when she was in that royal family. So I do believe the rumours that that book will be coming out at some point soon. So guys, that's it for me on this one. I will be back with you very soon. We will be talking about Mike Tyndall and why I think the royal family have finally done the right thing by completely icing them out. So take care for now. See you soon. Bye.